Domination.
Hello guys and welcome. I'm AssassinBG, your friendly neighborhood streamer, and today, as promised, I will show you some of the gameplays with the loadouts I built. Today I will be showing you my gameplay with the AUG, and quite frankly this was one of my best games. I am playing Domination at Crossroads. Crossroads is not my favorite map because, well, quite frankly, there's way too many snipers. But with this AUG build that I made, and I'll be honest with you, I did tweak it a little bit. I did some pretty amazing things that you're about to see. Now, first of all, why do I use the AUG? Well, quite simple. As you can see here, I have the range. It is a semi-automatic rifle, whatever they call it in the game, but as you can see, a simple few bursts, and I already taken 2 people. Now, as I said, I'm an aggressive player. I am already at C with a map, as you can see, is quite large. So I am already here. I'm taking C now. One of my teammates is here, so we are taking the situation. Now, the most important thing when you use a weapon as the AUG, and I still haven't opened all the necessary attachments, is to be a tad careful when you make certain things. What I mean by this, my aim down time is not as quick as it should be, so I cannot fully be in people's faces about it. I need to be slightly more cautious. Now here what I'm doing, for example, is the classic flanking. Flanking is a standard maneuver in any combat training. To give you a small reminder, I actually have real combat training, so I do try to check my flank so that I don't get outflanked. Now this guy obviously I lost, but it doesn't really matter because I can continue forward towards the other end. Here I am focusing again on outflanking my enemies. On this map, 9 times out of 10, when you start on the opposite end, meaning A, most of your enemies will start through F and then carve their way through E and D, as you can see. So what I'm doing right now, oops, that's not me, sorry about that. Yeah, I got kind of killed here, but my point is, you need to go from where they originally started because they will stop dropping there. The less resistance you have, the more chances you have of taking a point. As Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, fight your enemy where they aren't. What he meant by this is that in an asymmetric warfare, which means when you're disadvantaged or where you're by yourself, which, let's be honest, in a game of 20 people, you can never really progress as good. Sorry, this is actually my best play. I'm gonna stop talking and I want you to see how great this thing is. So number 1, number 2, number 3, and things are gonna get really, really interesting now. Here I'm gonna go for number 4 right away. We're waiting for the guy. He's gonna come right now from my left. Oh, another gas mine explosion. Sorry. There we go, number. Oh, he killed me, so that wasn't my greatest play. My greatest play will come in a little bit, but trust me, I'm not hyping you for no reason. It was, as a matter of fact, the best play of the game, and it was shown after the game, which is a bit of a ego boost, but it's a good boost nonetheless, sorry. So what I was saying is that with the AUG, you need to be a tad careful because your ability to burst multiple enemies one after the next at a closer range is difficult because you're not an automatic rifle. So as you can see, I'm slightly cautious. Here I use the stim shot, which I have told you multiple times is essential. So this guy's now dead, and I'm gonna go in. I think this is actually my best play. So this is number 1, and I'm pretty sure, yep, this is gonna be the one, guys. So I'm actually gonna shut up and enjoy. 2, 3, with a pistol, and I don't play with a pistol. 4, and number 5. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. I use my weapon as much as it allowed. What does that mean? I could not push it anymore on a close range. So this is when I switch to my actual pistol, which was my secondary, so that I can burst it out quickly. Something that I need to tell you, something that I've always been doing. I try to keep my finger, I am a controller player, as I've said, a console player, PS4 in particular at the moment, and PS5, whenever God decides I can be actually able to buy it. But anyway, my point is I keep my finger, so my right index, I think that's the word in English, slightly higher on the trigger, which means that I have the ability to press it a bit quicker and a bit faster when it comes to actual shooting multiple enemies. That gives me more burst fire because, as you know, it's a single hit fire, which means that I need to press every time for a bullet to come. I love throwing grenades in spaces, I'll be honest with you, it's my thing. Alright, so as you can see, I'm already leading the game. I have 14 eliminations with 4 deaths. I completely lead the objectives. And this is the reason of being aggressive. Guys, please, for the love of God, or, well, sorry to speak a little state of pain, but try to always play the objectives. If you want to play just killing people, just play team deathmatch or free-for-all or bots or whatever you want. But when you play an objectives game, go for the objectives. I mean, I mostly have to hard carry the games. It's not entertaining for me, but it is a bit frustrating. It's kind of like being in a class where the whole class has to pass based on the average score, and then basically you're the only one who actually studied for the exam. Now, something that I also need to say about larger maps: always use vehicles, guys. Doesn't matter if it's this. That was a really cool swing, wasn't it? Doesn't matter if it's those sledges or whatever they're called, snowmobile. I don't know. In Bulgarian call it shilna, essentially sledge. But anyway, use those things to get faster. If you can't use the sledge, use a tank. If you can use a tank, if you care, for example, at cartel, use a motorbike. The idea here is that you need to be fast. This is a very large map. I cannot give a statistic of how far away these bases are from one another, but they are far. They really are. Now here there is a tricky guy, cheeky guy as I would like to call him, or at least my mates in the UK used to call me. But he's a guy who knows where I am. He will try to outflank me, but his mistake is that he's greedy. He wants to kill me, and that's his biggest mistake. Because even though he has a higher ground, which in any combat situation is an advantage, I am well covered. I can switch very quickly, as you can see. And even though I was left at very little HP because of my stim shot, sorry, I am capable to completely get back in the game. So even if there was a second guy behind him, I will be able to continue the game exactly as I was with the first one. Artillery in this instance wasn't that great, as you can see, because there's another guy who actually killed me. But as I said, I'm not the greatest player on the planet. I'm just doing all right, and so what I'm trying to do here is to balance my bases. I do check my map regularly, even though I'm showing it to you now. So when I see I'm losing, let's say A, I go from B to A. If it's C, I go from D to C, and vice versa. What you need to do in games like this is imagine the bases or the domination on its own lines. So A and B is one line, C and D is another, E and F is a third. What I mean by this is that if you run from side to them, you cannot be outflanked because you see your enemies predominantly coming directly to you, and they cannot come from your... why do I keep switching to the annoying sniper guys? Oh yeah, that's my tank game. That's actually a pretty fun play here. I hope you enjoy it. So, even though my tank doesn't have a lot of HP, it's kind of smoking. Well, boom, one down. Now, something else that I always try to do, whenever you see an enemy empty one and we're about to leave your vehicle, a combat vehicle like a tank or a motorboat, try to damage it a little bit, so that even if someone gets it, you're capable to destroy it with one grenade or something like, oh, there's a bad guy. I missed that guy, that was very amateur of me, and I missed that guy, but I did have the gas mine, so I'm gonna be blocking it. Remember guys, this is a game, you're gonna die. That's inevitable. Just like in life. The only difference here is that it doesn't really matter how many times you die. Yeah, sure, you may be fanatical about your KDR, you want to show off your friends or whatever wrong reasons you may have in your life, but don't care about dying. The goal here is not to die, to never die. The goal here is to lead the game. Yes, I've died 7 times, but I'm first on my team. 22 objectives, I still have 18 kills. Quite frankly, I'm hard carrying this team to win. Because even with all my efforts, as you can see, that wasn't me, sorry. Even with all my efforts, as you can see, we're almost equal. Why? Because the other team, on an average, as you can see, has put a lot more effort in taking those points, or at least making objective kills. I cannot hard carry it by myself, and I'm not a good player. Can you imagine if I was like world class, like one of those pro streamers or something like that? Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to, but I'm not. See, again, as I said, I'm taking a tank, which is a solid vehicle. It offers me protection. I'm gonna kill this guy. Then I see another guy behind me, just behind me now. There it is on my left. The thing is, when they come to your tank, this is also another hint, by the way. When they come to your tank, you shoot them and kill them because there is a blast wave, which is basically the amount of explosive that spreads throughout the explosion. This is actually a very real thing. It goes the same with grenades. It goes the same with high explosive munition, like the tank probably has. The game is, I would say, moderately realistic because the goal here, this guy is an absolute, well, not the smartest player on the planet. You don't stand in front of a tank. I mean, let's be honest. So here what I do is that I try to take this area. I don't know why I chose Semtex. It wasn't smart, I'll be honest with you. But
enemy grenade.
Whoops. So this is my boy, so I'm not shooting obviously. But as you can see, the score is also going really, really well because we're actually in the lead. We have about 60 points to win. We are predominantly controlling the game, so things are going really alright. Now, something stupid that I made, those are 2 enemies, guys, and I am shooting nowhere. which stands to prove again that I have a long way to go to where I want to be. But again, those things happen in the game. See what? Whoa! This is not a good thing here, is it? Now, even though I stim shot, I made the wrong choice. I didn't look at my map. I didn't look where I'm getting shot from. And now the guy on my left, right, sorry, he's gonna shoot me immediately. There he is. It's very simple because he was hiding right on my left. And the thing is that on your map, those little curved arrows or crescents, I don't know how you call them, they do show you. It's a bit too late because the guy is already gone or killed, but it's part of the game innit. So we're almost winning the game. I am moving, and I am moving with that sledge as fast as possible to take yet another area. What I'm trying to do is go directly for it. It's not smart, it's probably borderline stupid, but that's the only way I think you should go in situations like this, because now I am in my base and I'm already safe. They don't expect me here. This is the most important thing. The element of surprise is the essential thing in all combat. If they don't know where you are, if they don't know where to expect you, you have more time. If you're great, if you're amazing, if you can see a guy and shoot him in one shot, perfect. Don't listen to me, go for it. You know what? That's it. That's part of the game. But in this instance, as you can see,
area has been pacified.
As you can see, they didn't see me. We took the point and we actually won. I don't know if it's gonna show you, sorry, my game, my best play. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Big shout out to my 300 followers on Facebook in just 3 weeks. I'm sharing a lot of content. I hope I'm helpful. Help me out, throw me a comment, subscribe, and let me know how I can be even more useful. Until then, I am SassyBG, your friendly neighborhood streamer, and I'll see you on the battlefield.